Hello, hello, my dear angling friends and fellow YouTube adventurers. Your fishing expert is here, ready to dive deep into the waters of wisdom for our latest forecast. Today, we're casting our lines towards the emerald shores of Ireland, focusing on the 11th of November 2025. And let me tell you, this day is shaping up to be quite a mixed bag of opportunities and challenges. I've got some intriguing data to share that will help you understand why this particular Tuesday might just be the day to either land a personal best or perhaps refine your tactics for a rewarding, albeit tricky, session. Stick with me, because by the end of this forecast you'll know exactly how to approach the Irish waters to maximize your chances of a screaming reel. This day is special because while we'll see some cooling trends, the presence of active baitfish, particularly along the coasts, could spark some incredible predatory action. So let's get into it. First up, for the freshwater fanatics, we've got the mighty pike. My friends, November is absolutely prime time for these freshwater predators in Ireland. And this day is certainly no exception. With the cooler water temperatures, pike are really switching on. Where to find them? You'll want to look for them in slightly deeper waters, particularly around drop-offs, submerged weed beds, and the edges of snags. Why there? Because they'll be ambushing the abundant baitfish moving into these areas for shelter, seeking those more stable temperatures. Rivers like the Shannon and Lough, such as Derg and Ree, are showing excellent activity for these giants. What to use? A medium-heavy spinning or bait-casting setup is ideal. For lures, think big. Large, soft plastic shades, jerkbaits, or even oversized crankbaits in natural baitfish colors will work wonders. My little trick for today, given the patchy rain we might see, is to work your lures slowly and deliberately, pausing them often. Pike can be a bit sluggish in these conditions, and a slow, tantalizing presentation often triggers that strike, offering them an easy meal. Next, let's talk about the incredible sea bass. Believe it or not, November can offer some truly incredible bass fishing along the Irish coast, often yielding some of the largest specimens of the year. The abundance of baitfish pushed around by the prevailing winds makes bass incredibly active. You'll want to target them along the southern and western coasts. Don't shy away from rocky outcrops, sandy beaches with good structure, or areas with strong currents. These are their hunting grounds. For tackle, big topwater lures that cause a lot of commotion are proving incredibly effective, especially around first and last light. Fishing into the dark on a rising tide can also be highly rewarding. Finally, for those who enjoy a more relaxed session but still want action, there is the humble but rewarding perch. As the water temperature continues its downward trend, coarse fish like perch will move into deeper parts of lakes and canals, seeking stable temperatures. Look for them along features like underwater humps, canal lock gates, and deeper sections of slower-moving rivers. Small jigs, tiny soft plastics, or traditional worms and maggots on a drop shot or light ledger rig will be your best bet. Remember, a slow, jigging retrieve along the bottom is often the key to enticing these beautiful, striped predators. Now let's get into the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base for our forecast. The weather for the 11th of November 2025 in Ireland looks like this. Daytime temperatures will hover around 11 to 14 degrees Celsius, dropping to between 7 and 10 degrees Celsius overnight. It's going to be a cool day, my friends. We can expect some patchy rain, potentially heavy, with around 19 millimeters of precipitation forecast, so be sure to pack your waterproofs. The wind will be light to moderate generally. This cooler, damp weather, combined with potentially variable atmospheric pressure, tends to make fish seek deeper, more stable water, or feed opportunistically if baitfish are pushed by the wind. So, stay adaptable. As for water temperature, coastal waters around Ireland are averaging around 12 degrees Celsius for early November, but the trend is definitely downwards as we head deeper into autumn. This cooling means that while predators like pike and bass are active and taking advantage of abundant baitfish, coarse fish are becoming less active in shallow areas and are already seeking deeper sanctuary. The moon phase on the 11th of November 2025 will be a waning gibbous, moving towards the last quarter moon on the 12th. It will be illuminated around 55 to 60%. Many anglers believe a waning gibbous phase can still bring strong bites, particularly around moonrise and moonset, and the decreasing illumination might make the early morning and late evening bites particularly interesting for predators. Considering all these factors, my friends, I'd rate the overall fishing outlook for the 11th of November 2025 as good for predators but tricky for coarse fish. The cooler air temperatures and dropping water temperatures will make some coarse fish a bit sluggish, sending them deep. However, the abundance of bait fish and the clear activity of pike and bass, combined with a generally decent moon phase, mean that if you're targeting the right species with the right tactics, you could have a fantastic day. Don't be afraid of the breeze or the patchy rain. Dress appropriately, and the fish will be there. So, my dear friends, that's your fishing forecast for the 11th of November, 2025. I wish you all tight lines and screaming reels. Don't forget to hit that like button if you found this forecast helpful. Subscribe if you haven't already, and ring that notification bell so you never miss another forecast. And tell me in the comments below, what are your fishing plans for this week? What's your go-to bait for November pike, or your favorite bass lure? Share your own observations and let's build this community together. See you on the water, and may your nets be heavy.